Hello guys, we have a big 11 game slate for Friday. First game, Chicago at Charlotte. So the Chicago side, they do have some injuries that we're going to have to watch. Wendell Carter is currently doubtful, so I would expect that Daniel Gafford to step into the starting center spot, and this is going to be one of the most popular plays of the slate for a value, just near minimum price against a team that struggles to rebound the ball, that is very undersized. Charlotte's getting back Cody Zeller, not even going to be on a minutes limit. So I actually like Zeller on the other side as well because the Bulls struggle themselves against big men. But Gafford, he's $400 cheaper, and also he's someone just always that hasn't been able to get minutes. Now he should be able to get minutes. I don't think he's going to play like 30 plus, but you really don't need that. This is a very good matchup. I just really like Gafford. And for everyone else, Levine just overpriced. Kobe White, I mean, it's a good matchup for all these Bulls players, but they do have Arcidiakono who backs up, and Satoransky, he's going to be back as well, so it just hurts Kobe White's minutes. Patrick Williams and Porter are going to be back, so that's going to hurt Temple, who started last time, and then Thaddeus Young. Charlotte's side, guards against Bulls is a thing, so LaMelo, Rozier, Graham, they all look pretty good. I prefer Graham and Rozier over LaMelo because of the price. I'd rather save. And even though they might not be as productive, they do play more minutes than LaMelo. And then now PJ Washington, he's not going to be as great of a play because they do have Cody Zeller back, who's just going to eat up the center minutes, and that's not going to allow him to play back up 5 minutes. Miles Bridges, on this slate, probably not, but he's just someone who definitely has upside. Houston, there's going to be another value center play here. DeMarcus Cousins, Christian Wood already rolled out. We just saw Clint Capella destroy this Pistons team. Cousins, he's not the same player as he once was, but he still commands a high usage rate. They're going to still be without John Wall. There's going to be a lot of shots, a lot of usage that still is there available. Oladipo, AK, he's been playing really well, but he's kind of been, helped by steals, and his minutes actually haven't been that high. Aaron Gordon, just a little bit too shot dependent for me. So it's going to be pretty much just DeMarcus Cousins here. Pistons side, Jeremy Grant, 8,100. He's great, but his price is definitely slowly coming up, and I think on a big slate like this, if we were to get 5x, 6x even, you probably still don't need him. Blake Griffin, 6,200. He's okay. Derrick Rose, he's fine as well. Plumlee, I do have some interest in him, 5,300. His minutes are always inconsistent, but he's someone who has like a 40-point ceiling, so it's worth a tournament shot. Orlando side, this is a game that should be pretty low scoring, slow paced, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be any plays here. I still like Vooch. He actually played over 40 minutes last time, which was insane. They still have some injuries, but Fournier is back, so that definitely cuts a little bit of the usage, but it's just about Vucevic, it's about Gordon here, so I still have some interest in them. And then that's really it for Orlando. And then Indy, Sabonis, 9,900. It just doesn't feel like a matchup where I want to have Sabonis, even if Miles is out. I'd rather go to Brogdon, 8,200. Orlando's actually been struggling against point guards. And again, with LeVert gone, Warren out, like Brogdon, he's just, I would say he should probably be a little bit more expensive, but probably price is factoring into the matchup. And then for the value guys, I'm not really too interested. I think Jeremy Lamb is one guy. There wasn't like a really specified minutes limit last time. This is his second game. I do expect him to eventually probably become the starting shooting guard. So, if he does this game, then I'm going to have a lot of interest in Lamb. Brooklyn, Cleveland, everyone is priced up because of the double OT game. I'm definitely not expecting that to happen again, so I'm just going to be probably very, very low if I have any. I don't really want any of these guys when all three of these studs are healthy. Cleveland side, Darius Garland could be back. And again, like the prices are just way too high. Like I don't want to chase Sexton game. I don't want to play Drummond with Jared Allen's there. They're just pretty healthy right now. So it's not really a game I'm targeting. I know that maybe it's risky because of what happened last time, but it just feels like chasing. Boston side, I do have some interest in Jaylen Brown. Tatum's still out. Kemba's back, but he's still on a minutes limit. And I expect Jaylen Brown to be a lot more involved. Yep, he was actually in a foul trouble last game, so he should have played better, or should have had a better game. And then, because they do have Kemba back, I'm just not really going to be on Smart, Pritchard, or Teague. Phillies side, they're pretty healthy. Seth Curry expected to be back, so when Philly's healthy, I usually don't target them. For Miami, Tyler Hero still questionable. If he's out, if he's in, I'll have interest in Dragic. I hope he's in because I don't want to play Kendrick Nunn again. Like, yeah, we all hopefully benefited from the value, but I just don't want to chase Kendrick Nunn. Like, he's someone who has like a very low floor at times. So, main interest is going to be Goran. I think he's going to look great, especially if Hero is out. Just when you have all these guys out, Dragic usually is like a guy that can get 40 plus. And then for the Toronto side, Pascal Siakam is questionable, but he was actually, the word used was uncertain, so I would say that's more doubtful. And in that case, if you go back to last season, Lowry and VanVleet, they both get plus 3% usage rates. So Lowry, VanVleet, both are going to look really good. I prefer Lowry, but both of them are kind of close. Now, if Siakam is out, Boucher probably can close, even though it is a tough match against Bam. I would expect Norman Powell to start for Siakam, slide OG at 4. Terrence Davis could be someone that definitely benefits as well. Atlanta, Minnesota, Clint Capella, monster game. This is a really great matchup against Minnesota, so I always hate going back to players that just did well, but Capella's minutes, he's been playing great matchup. It just all still fits. Trae Young, 9,600. Again, just a great environment as well. High scoring. This should be a pretty good game. Collins looks good as well, 7,400. Now, Cam Reddish could be a very good value play if he's in. DeAndre Hunter questionable as well. So there's a lot of wait and see here. Minnesota side, D'Lo, Malik Beasley, they're fine. Atlanta's a really good matchup, and especially it's going to help if Reddish and Hunter are indeed out. Naz Reid, 5,200. He's fine, but again, Capella, Collins are pretty tough against centers this year. And then Anthony Edwards, 4,600. He shot poorly last time. He wasn't even getting peripherals. So, hopefully Atlanta, it's a better matchup. Maybe he can be a pretty good value play. I definitely see some upside with him, especially with Rubio out. Dallas side, I really like Porzingis. When news came that he was starting at center, that just helped his rebounding upside and blocks. Now, San Antonio is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league, and they also give up a lot of three-point attempts. So Porzingis, that fits right into his game. I'm going to really like him. He has power forward eligibility still. Luka, always great play, triple-double every time pretty much. You can have that kind of upside. So, of course, in play, there is a lot of value, so you can definitely get to him. And then because these guys are healthy now, I'm just not really going to any of these value guys like Brunson, Burke. They're all priced up. San Antonio, have to discuss LaMarcus Aldridge, 5,500. It was a blowout last time and poor play the previous game. So hopefully, maybe this game is close and we do see him close, because if that is the case, then Aldridge is way too cheap. So I do have a lot of interest in tournaments for him. And then he's really the only guy like DeRozan. He's fine as well, 7,900. Dallas isn't that great against forwards right now, especially with a lot of their guys out right now due to COVID, with Kleber, DFS, so Josh Richardson as well. OKC side, SGA, 7,900. He looks fine. If you're playing a Clipper, he definitely makes sense for a run back option. Isaiah Roby's priced up now, so probably not going to be on him. Darius Baisley, tough match against Kawhi, Paul George, but 4,900, he has 40-point upside. He could definitely be a reason why this game can be close. Now, the Clippers side, Kawhi 9,700, George 9,300. They're both fine. Kawhi, always prefer him. But yeah, Clippers, they just aren't really an appealing team when they're all healthy. Denver, they could get back Michael Porter Jr., 6,800. Because in his first game, conditioning seems to be an issue. I'm not going to be on him, but the main impact is if he's back, that's going to hurt Barton a lot. Murray, Jokic's usage. So, I'm still going to have interest in all these Nuggets guys, but a lot less than PG is going to return. Phoenix side, I like Booker, I like Aiden, I like Paul. Dario Saric being out has helped DeAndre Ayton's minutes a lot. Now, this is a tough matchup against Jokic, could definitely be foul trouble here, but Aiden, he has monster upside. I have to play that in tournaments. He has legit 50 60-point upside, so that's what you look for in tournaments. Booker, AK, fine as well. Gary Harris, yeah, he's a great defender. They have some dudes who do defend well, but Booker, he's a stud. AK, he's totally fine. And then McCall Bridges, he's been playing really well, 5,500. I do have some interest in him. Now, last game, Knicks are on a back-to-back. Barrett's been playing really well. We always like to target teams that play the Kings, so I have interest in all these guys. Randall, Barrett, Mitch, Burks. If he's gonna play again on a back-to-back, he played I think like 30 minutes. He did close, so I do have interest in Burks a lot. Kings side, Fox, he's fine. Buddy, 6,400. Knicks struggle against centers. Holmes is good as well. Barnes, 5,800. That looks fine as well. Bagley, 5,500. Probable, he's got upside, so this seems to be a pretty appealing game from the environment standpoint. Now looking, I'm trying to find the teams. Houston, DeMarcus Cousins is going to be the top play of the slate. And then I think you can go double value center, definitely opportunity cost, but these guys do look pretty solid. And then because Siakam, he's more uncertain, I do think you have to go with one of these guards. And Norman Powell's going to be a good value play as well. But since I have two value plays, I'll go ahead and put in Lowry. And then Goran Dragic, I'll update this if Tyler Hero is in fact in. And then Porzingis, just because starting at center, this is a really great spot for him. So that's going to be the core 5. There's a lot of injury news, so just make sure to stay up to date. I'll update the core 5 and the value plays on my Twitter at Waffles. Make sure to follow. The link will be in the description below. So good luck on this slate, and happy Friday, and see you in the next video. Bye.